Shalom. Giving all praise to Yahweh Bashem El Shai Bashem Rakakodah Shalom to 144,000. The rest of you elect up there, Shalom to you all. And I'm going to entitle this video, I've been bringing this up a lot, besides the mark of the beast and so forth. The title of this video is Isaiah 4:1 just kicked down the door. You heard me? Isaiah, I'll say it again. Isaiah 4:1 just kicked down the door. So this is a video I put up by GMSKC, Prophets 3. Eve breaks down. There is 100 women to one man. Y'all will share. So let's listen. Let's listen. I'm not gonna make this long.
Man, y'all gonna have to get used to sharing, because as of right now, it is 100 women to every one man. So either you gonna switch to the other side or you gonna do some sharing. Pick and choose. You know, you were taught as a very young woman to share. They taught you in grade school to share. I don't know what's going on. If you can love more than one kid at a time, then a man can love more than one woman at a time.
So you said you can love both parents.
If you can love both parents, if you can love an aunt and an uncle, a grandmother and a grandfather, y'all don't like this?
So you saying sharing is caring?
I'm saying sharing is caring. I'm saying that it's 100 women. These are the numbers, and I didn't make the numbers up. This is what Google is saying. It's 100 women to every one man. Either you share or you be left without. So when she said having a piece of a man is better than no man, I guess that's what she...
Shalom. First thing and foremost, something about praises and glory and honor that's due to
So
you.
there you have it. That's Isaiah 4:1 in effect. I want you to watch the rest of this video. Now I'll play a little bit more of it, but you know, main scripture. Another scripture, Isaiah 60. Little one, 1,000, small one, a great nation. Going to repeople the earth. One man, that's 100 women to one man. What about 1,000 women to one man? So that's human nature. The Most High designed a man to have multiple women. So I don't know what Bishop Nate's talking about. And they're all going to be 12. And they're all going to be virgins, and as soon as you lay with them, they're going to become pregnant. So our kingdom is going to be built up quick.
Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakakodah. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Northern's gospel brought with up the standard of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, whatever it may be. This is another lesson through the Spirit. It says, what happens when every woman wants the same man? Which we're coming into the time now that the natural quarter of nature of life is getting ready to assume its identity again, because we've been taught through feminism and through romance that monogamy is natural. Now, there was levels to it, because, I mean, not every Israelite was polygamous, but our culture itself is, it's our culture itself, and just natural living is just this way of polygamy, which goes into having multiple wives. But see, in the modern world, they teach that that's bigotry and that you only allow one wife. You know, because they circumvent their structure and their pseudoscience around the worship of women. So monogamy was introduced during the time the Catholic Church, they embraced it. The Romans, they embraced it, because it was a way of controlling Jake's population. Because see, one thing about Jake, you know, Jake, they pop kids out like popcorn. And the thing of it is, Esau wanted to get a number, or he wanted to get a control or a foothold on our people, so we wouldn't multiply. So they come up with these eccentric-based values they incorporated into society to keep Jake from procreating and actually living a legacy. Because when you have a harem and you have a business aspect, and you have like, which marriage is contract is business. You know, it's really a heavy thing. It's not a light thing at all. But here in the West, you know, marriage, you sign a document, you give the woman rights over you, the state comes in, sues you, and then before you know it, you're just another charity case, and that's not how it's supposed to be. So what this woman was basically going into, how it's naturally for men to love more than one woman, it is. Okay, but see, we've been watered down in this system to the point, even when you know these things, you still get complacent when you have other women on the side, because, you know, sometimes you feel you're going to always have your favorite. You're going to always have the one you favor over the other. But even then, you'll find yourself feeling kind of bad because it's like, damn, I ain't giving the other chick enough time type shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's not how it's supposed to be. Okay, a man's supposed to be able to deal with as many as women as he can deal with. Ones he can take care of, the ones that's going to submit to his will, his authority, and let that be that. But see, America teaches you that that's off, but a woman can have literally 50 bodies going into a so-called new marriage, and nobody judges us for it. But the sooner a man has a wife on the side or a side piece, he has to sneak around. You know, he got to hide text messages, all this other shit. He gets a private investigator put on him to see where he's going after work, you know, and it's just a whole shit show. And that's not how the Heavenly Father intended. Okay, this is complete slavery. So like she said women were taught to share. And you women are gonna share. And you women are sharing now, because 80% of the women are sleeping with 20% of the guys. So that right there, 20% of the men are dealing with 80% of the women. So you're already sharing. All right, prime example, right? My man Klay Thomas. You think Klay Thomas, like when he was dealing with Megan Thee Stallion, you think that was the only woman that was throwing herself at Klay Thompson? Fuck no. And the crazy part about it is that other women knew that. Other women know that other women was talking to him and whatever, God knows what. They all know this. But because he's a man of money, a man of stature in this world, he gets a pass with dealing with multiple wives because he has the status in this world. Versus myself or any other brother or just a common Jake, you would get penalized for even having a mindset as that. But a celebrity can get away with it, which shows you that the hypocrisy of this world is just crazy, because it doesn't extol down to the status of a man. Now, oftentimes kings multiply wives because they had the substance to do so. But even if you had a man that was on a lower level, it was not against the law for him to take another wife if he can afford to be with one. See, they put your value based on how much money, how much fame. And a woman don't care. You could be a piece of shit, degenerate, as long as you have status and clout in this world. That's all they care about. That's why you see the woman going after the hood nigga, the game banger, the drug dealer, the sports player, the rapper. Because these are all men of so-called status. And she just wants to be included in that.
Well, in the kingdom, we're going to have the ultimate status. We're going to all be kings. We're going to all be kings.
So the whole monogamy thing is all bullshit. Even women don't believe in that. Like, women don't respect you if you can't get other women, man. They don't respect you. They just don't. Trust me, when you go out with your woman and she see other women looking at you and hitting on you, trust me, that makes her want to be with you even more, man.
And that's a fact. That's a fact. I can tell you that. That's a straight up fact. They like you more than the fact that other women are looking at you. And I had a woman that said, if this bitch looks at you that way one more time, I'll punch you in the face because they get jealous too. Then you tell them I can't help it, baby. If she think I look good, you know, you play with her.
Now it's just the fact that you're entertaining that in front of her, she may feel some type of way about it. Because now she thinks, oh, he's gonna replace me. But even then, she wants to know that other people want what she wants, because it makes her feel secure, like, okay, this is a man of status and value, you know. So this world is going back to that. All right, so let's go to the book of Chronicles, 2 Chronicles 11, and I'm gonna start at verse, because remember, the nation of Israel was brought forth with four different women, which brought forth through the Israelites, man. So right there tells you that dealing with one woman is just shit. It's not natural. You know, it gets dry, it gets boring, you get tired of each other.
And in the kingdom, you're not gonna have a big freaking house with 1,000 women in it. You're gonna have places, houses for each and every one of your women. You had 1,000 women, you're going to have 1,000 places. And you're going to go from place to place. You're not going to go home to the same house every night. You're going to go from, you're going to have 1,000 houses. One night you go with Sarah, the next night you go with Rebecca. You know? Going back to the time of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob's wives that he had to work for, a business deal with Laban. He got both of the sisters. That's before the law. The law changed that. You can't have a wife of a woman and her sister. But before that, he had both of them, and they had no problem with it because that was part of the law and the custom. And each of them had their own female servants, and they said, "Okay, you're gonna go lay with my husband tonight." That's what that movie. What's the damn movie? Handmaid's Tale. You got to watch the original one. I remember I was dealing with a chick and we watched it together. This is in 92, I think it was, 91, 92. And we were going in, because she was in the truth, because I met her in the truth. And we were saying, oh wow, this is actually, because they read the scriptures. And then the liberal women, they rebelled against that whole thing, which they wasn't supposed to do. So, and then they made I believe a series or another. I didn't see the newest version, but I saw the old one starring Robert Duvall. So what they were doing back there, they would capture them women. They even showed Jake in the movie. And I believe they didn't have the chip, but they had a scanner to see if you were able to give birth, if you were fertile, you know, your body was set up to conceive. And they had a scene where they had Jake in one bus, or like one 18-wheeler, and you had Jake, you know, crashing out on that. I believe it was like an 18-wheeler. And it was showing how they documented people. If you were not able to conceive, they just put you out there in the wilderness on your own, or they would take you in, and they would have women to show you what to do around this man. And that's what it's going to come back to. These heathen women are going to be instructed as to how to please an Israelite man thoroughly. You would train that. That's in the book of Esther, where they were trained to be super feminine, because that's what a real man likes. He likes a super feminine woman. I had women that was somewhat feminine, and I had women that was super feminine, and I missed them. I missed those women more than anything. I'll be thinking about the women that I had in the past that were super feminine women. It was just some, you know, them super feminine, extra sexy women. That they everything they did was feminine, and it really turned me on. I don't know. I don't know where I got that from. That's from a movie or something. But anyway, that's the thing that turns a man on about a woman. She's super feminine. And to the opposite, women get turned on by masculinity of a man. You got to be the boss. You're the boss. You set up everything. You go on a date. You set up, we're going to go to this restaurant. We're going to do this. We're going to go on a hike. We're going to, you know, you might let her into your world. That's what you're supposed to do anyway. Whatever you into, and like including being an Israelite. You can tell her you're an Israelite or not. And I used to tell women that they're Israelites, and I gave all these women Hebrew names. Not all of them, but some of them. I gave them Hebrew names. You know? And I used to tell them that they were beautiful in Hebrew. And women loved that. So, I mean, I wouldn't suggest you do that now. I mean, who knows the way of a man and his maid, if she's open for that, you can tell her, because it wasn't popular. Being a Hebrew Israelite wasn't popular. But now, it might be wise not to tell her nothing at this particular point. Anyway, let's go ahead.
You know, it just, and the list goes on. But if you have a rotation, then, you know, it keeps the things fresh. It keeps, you know, it just keeps things in rotation. But even then, you know, our libido is not where it used to be to deal with all this, man. So once we get back in our full power, it's
our libido, yep, that libido is the mind. When you look at a woman's fat ass, as Yaki say, you see a fat ass. And Yaki did a video on how to get an erection. He said it's a libido, which is the mind. He said your thing just don't get up like that. It's the libido. Libido is the mind. When you get to look at a woman, you turn on by that woman, and it sends a signal. The libido is in your brain. It sends a signal to your testes. Your testes send a signal to your penile region, and blood flows into that. It's a blood thing. It's a flow. It's a NO thing. A nitric oxide thing. It's a testosterone thing, which works. Nitric oxide works with testosterone, so it's about getting your testosterone up and your nitric oxide up, your NO. Now I found out something recently. One way, when I do my walk, I'm gonna give you guys a little secret to build up your NO, your nitric oxide. When I do my walk, I nose breathe. You're not supposed to breathe out the fucking mouth. You're supposed to nose breathe. Now, if you in the New York camp, you know all these things, because we be having, at the end of camp, we be having lectures about science and the human body and how this works, how that works. A couple of weeks back, this was maybe a month back. Shit. I brought with me my heart, my blood pressure monitor, and I was checking about 5 or 6 brothers. I was checking their blood pressure, and they all was pretty high. Some were higher than others, and I started cursing out certain guys. But we show you all that, and I say invest in the BP monitor. I do that in the night. I check myself early in the morning when I first get up. In the day, I do what's called a. Now I'm going into. I'm pretty much telling you what I told them last Saturday, the Saturdays before that. I showed them how to reset their vagus nerve. Now you don't know what the vagus nerve is. Do me a favor, go to Google, and you can even put it in the chat. Go if y'all want to help others. People lazy. Go to the chat or go to Google and put in what is the vagus nerve and what's the function of the vagus nerve and how to reset the vagus nerve. Simple way of resetting the vagus nerve is splashing cold water on your face, especially your cheeks, your eyes, your forehead, especially your cheeks. And I do that every morning. So before I did that, one day, I think it was yesterday, maybe the day before, I did my BP. My BP was at a certain point, and I went and I reset my vagus nerve. I splashed cold water on my face. That's one way of resetting it. There's other ways of resetting it, but that's the easiest way to reset it. And I came back, and everything got better. Everything got when you're dealing with BP, blood pressure, the lower the number, the better you are, the healthier you are. The higher the number, it's not good to have high numbers. So before I did the vagus nerve, reset the vagus nerve, I took a BP reading. I forget the numbers, but it was pretty good. I reset the vagus nerve. About 15 minutes later, I did a BP monitor test, and it went down low, dramatically low. So You know, and all your Jakes got high blood pressure. I'm gonna say, GMS. Well, the ISUBK, them motherfuckers got high blood pressure. I'm telling you right now, them dudes will break my machine. A lot of them dudes are big. Some of y'all in GMS is big. Some of y'all, maybe a lot of y'all, pre-diabetic, high blood pressure, which is it makes you a candidate for you're obese. Even Apostle Gabar found out that he's I think he's stage 1 obese, which he got mad at that shit. So now believe me, when he want to do something, now he been walking, but he's going on a straight up fast, straight up day, a couple days in a row fast. So he's changing his body because he got mad at the fact that he was considered stage 1 obesity, which he ain't big, you know. He was big, but he got small. His stomach went down. But he looked me up, and he said that I'm normal. I'm normal at my weight for my. What did I give I think I gave my height and my weight, and it said that I was normal, which is good. And y'all brothers supposed to know. You supposed to damn near be a doctor. You know? You should take certain supplements. You should know. Look, me, what I do every day is, I know I'm going off a subject a little bit. What I do every day is I do structured water. If you don't know what that is, look it up. It's also called, what is it called? What is it? 30, what is it called? H3O, I think it's H302 water. Give me a second. Okay, let me just do it this way. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. I just want to get this correct. So I do this structured water every day. H302 water. H302 water. Let me do it this way. This is not what I want. Bear with me for a minute, y'all. Bear with me for a minute. Just hold tight. I hate this. Computer's acting up. It'll come back. Just gotta bear with me. Let's see what we can do now. Okay, I didn't want this. H302 water. Bear me for a minute, y'all. This is what I do every day. I drink my Saratoga, and then what I do with the H302 water, I also have a beetroot in it, in the powdered form. I'm trying to let this thing come on up, which I freaking hate. And anyway, after this, I'm gonna close this. I didn't want to make this long. Okay, here we go. H302. Regular water is H2O. H2O. Hydrogen and the O represent oxygen, right? H302, often referred to as structured or hexagonal water, is a term popularized in alternative health spaces to describe a theoretical gel-like phase of water. However, the scientists' consensus is clear. There is no such thing as stable H302 water. It is a marketing fiction. What is the theory? The fourth. You know what I'm gonna do? Let me do this. Let me do this. Structured water. Let me do structured water. I don't want the definition. Bear me for a minute, y'all. Structured water. Okay, you got a picture right here. You got a woman with a slice of lemon in the water. Structured water, often called hexagonal or fourth phase water, is a theoretical concept where water molecules arranged in a stable hexagon. How do I make structured water at home? To make structured water at home, you can replicate the natural movement and energy of the movement of streams without needing an expensive machine. Structured water, let me put in fruit. Structured water from fruits and vegetables. Okay, let's try this. Bear with me for a minute, y'all. Top sources of structured water. Here's how to eat our water. Is this it? Let me do this again. Let me do this again. Okay, this was it. Why does it say vegetables? Structured water, often referred to as H302 or gel water, from fruits and vegetables, is a form of water trapped within plant cell structure combined with electrolytes. I also do electrolyte drink too. Vitamins and minerals. It is believed to hydrate cells more efficiently than plain water because its structured form allows for slower absorption and longer retention in the body. Fruits and vegetables is a form of water trap within the plant cell structure combined with electrolytes. So I have my electrolytes too. So, hey, there you have it. Let me see, let me see something. Okay, fruit. Now, if you eat watermelon, that's structured water right there. Fruit, watermelon, 92% water. Cantaloupe, 90% water. Strawberries, 91% water. Grapefruit, 91% water. Peaches, 88% water. I think cucumbers is where's cucumbers at? Cucumbers. I thought a cucumber is a fruit. Cucumber, 97% water. That's you can just eat a cucumber. See, you brothers be going to the. Hey, if you in GMS and you eating at McDonald's, you should join the ISUPK. I ain't snapping on them. I ain't funning on them. But them dudes are big. Them guys are out of shape, man. And you know, Captain Zariak should be an example unto them, man. You should be more like Captain Zariak. You know, I just found out he was in the military, which I didn't know, but he does go to the gym, and I guess that from being in the military, you want to stay in shape. You want to stay in shape, man. If you're a man, you want to look like a man. Anyway, I wasn't snapping on him. But you got big niggas in GMS too. Shit. I lost 35 pounds in I'm at my weight now that I was lower when I was in high school. When I was a jock in high school, I was 165 in high school. I'm 160. The other day I hit 155. Right now I'm about 160. You know? I do my walk, my rucking, and all that, man. I watch. Oh, another thing. I'm gonna get a scale that just doesn't measure your weight. It measures your bone structure, your BMI, which is a the body mass index. You know, how much fat do you have compared to muscle and everything else. Mine is 24, anywhere between 22 and 24, which represents, you know, fat. And you're gonna have fat in your body. You need fat in your body, but you want to get it down. You know, you want to get it down to like 20% or so, 15%, 18%. Anyway, shallow. You know what? Let me see something. Here's how to eat your water. Can fruit and vegetables replace water? Yes, it can, because there's water in fruit. So this is what I do. Anyway, this might be a good one. Let me open this up. Shit. Okay, it should open up. Hydra Smarter. Okay, these are all 97%. We're talking what, 92, 95%, 94%? Celery, that's got to be in the 90s. You eat these vegetables, that's your water right there. That's your structured water right there. Anyway, shalom, on to the next.